Yeah, I'm gonna do one more of these, even though I know this is this whole game has been posted from one end to the other. I'm sure it's been done, but this is a boss fight. I like boss fights, of course. This is I haven't got to the end of this game yet. This is towards the end of the game. Oh yeah, I'm picking up the plasma gun and the melta gun. And I'm saying to hell with the Vengeance launcher. To hell with that. Don't need that. Up to this point, prior to this, I was feeling like the game was getting really easy. And then suddenly they throw me into this boss fight, and I had to go through this about 10 or 15 times to get it.
I'm Boss Grimskull! This whole planet is mine!
Yeah, I gotta shut up while Grimskull makes his speech there, you know. Yeah, I had to go through this 10 or 15 times to get this. I found this really difficult. Now, at first it doesn't seem hard because all you gotta do is dodge this guy. He's got this charging attack, which is really devastating. I mean, he only has to hit you once or twice with that and you're dead. But he's easy to dodge. So you're thinking, I'll just keep dodging him and that'll be all there is to that. Well, it's not gonna be that easy though. Now what you do have going for you in the corners here, there's ammo dumps, and I don't think they're finite. I think you can just keep going back to them, but when it comes down to it, I don't really get around to using them all that much. Okay, so what happens here is he starts busting out the walls, and then his buddies start coming out. And these guys are a problem. I mean, they're just typical troops, but there's a lot of them. And the main problem is that there's going to be so many of them that they're going to get in your way. And it's going to make it harder to dodge him. And also, yeah, they can kill you too if you're not careful. So, I don't really want to spend ammo shooting at them, but ultimately you have to start shooting at them just to keep them from getting a cattle corner to where you can't get out of his way. Because he'll just stampede right through them and kill about half of them, but he'll still get you. Yeah, so you see me shooting them basically just to get them out of the way, so I can continue to dodge this guy. I've got the plasma rifle. I'm using that up. I kind of went from plasma rifle to bolter, and then brought out the melta gun to finish up. And I also used the berserk thing here a couple of times, once or twice. Once they started to get the health down, you really have to watch your health closely. Like I said, if this guy hits you once or twice, that's it, you're down. And this is with you got your halo armor here. That's okay. If he runs into you once or twice, you're dead. Doesn't matter. So you got to keep an eye on all that stuff. Yeah, and new crowds of these guys keep coming out. There's a box of grenades in the corner. Never got around to using that at all. I got by with the 5 grenades I had. If you manage your shots and don't get tied down and just keep dodging, you see I'm just doing nothing but dodging over and over here again. Yeah, and here I'm getting tied down a little bit, so I got to break out with these guys. Yeah, I'm not turning around to watch it, but if you watch him, you'll see that he just runs right through those crowds, and he'll take out half of them himself. So I suppose if you're really on top of this shit, you could arrange to manipulate him to run through his own crowd and take out half of his own self, which is very helpful to you. But I wasn't quite quick enough to keep that in mind. I just barely managed to keep the guy in sight while trying to keep out of these guys' ways. Once or twice going in for to refill the ammo and shit. Really scared to go after the ammo because in the time it takes me to get to the ammo, this is just about the amount of time it takes him to get lined up for one of his charge attacks. I really don't want to get hit by one of those. Yeah, here I'm starting to get whittled down here, but I've got another berserk coming up, so I might use that. Yep, there we go. There we go. What am I using now? Yeah, now I'm using the bolter. There I'm getting more ammo, so I'm going to use the bolter some more. Just barely avoided a charge attack there. I'm not really sure which is more powerful, the bolter or that plasma rifle deal. I don't really like the plasma rifle because I don't like that overheating thing's kind of a pain. The bolter with all the updates that you got on it by this point, it's pretty powerful. But eventually, I want to bring out the melta gun because that thing is devastating. The only problem with it is you don't get that many shots with it. Although with all the ammo around here, that shouldn't be a problem, but I want to start bringing out the melty gun to start whittling this guy down seriously. And you can also take out whole crowds of these guys with it too. It's kind of a waste to only use it on 2 guys, but it takes so long to switch guns that, you know, sometimes that's the only alternative. But I want to mainly use it on the big guy there as much as possible. And he's still going to have a few more crowds coming in. He's starting to get worn out a little bit here. Yeah, here you go. Why are you giving me so much trouble, Space Marine? There you go. Eventually, he's going to climb up on that wall. Yep, there he goes. And I'm going to switch back to the bolter when he does that, because he's going to start throwing these little exploding dogs and shit down here, and I want to be able to shoot them before they get to me. And I'm mainly just going to rely on staying out of the way of his missiles and shit. Once he's up here, it's not really a problem. You just have to make sure and keep shooting the bomb dogs there, or whatever they call them. Don't let them get close to you. He's not going to throw out any more huge crowds of orcs at you or anything. You pretty much just have to keep hitting them and whittling them down at this point, and avoiding his attacks. Yeah, he's going to fall over here in about a minute. Just about. One or 2 more of these guys going. But man, this was tough to get through. I kept getting tied down in those crowds, and he just stampede over me once or twice, and that'd be all there was to it. It took me several tries to get through it. Yep, there he goes. No, he's not. Oh, there he goes. Now he's down. All right, and he's gonna get that little symbol over and indicate that you can do an execution on him. But I wasn't really fast enough to get that. I don't think. I'm not sure if anything special happens if you get the execution or not.
I ain't finished with you yet.
I feel sorry for this guy. You know, he seems like, you know, I was kind of hoping maybe they could figure out a way to ally against the Chaos Legions or something, but no. That's terrible. He seemed like such a nice guy. Oh well. You know, like I said, up until I got into this boss fight, this game was starting to look a little easy. Because you got all these upgrades on your weapons and shit, and they haven't really upgraded the enemies, although you're getting ready to... You've come up against a few of the Chaos people so far, but there's probably going to be more of them after this point. Because that's the big orc guy you just killed, so there's really nothing left but the Chaos to go after, so that's probably what's... I haven't played any further than this. I'm just loading up on ammo and shit. This is really as far as I've gotten in the game. I got to this point and then just started playing this over and over just so I could get all the way through it on one thing. Yeah, you can get through this if, you know, dying in the middle and just picking up after that, but you know, a really good boss fight like this, I want to keep playing it until I can get it all in one take. It's worthwhile because this really shows off what the game combat is really all about. You know, because it's, well, not all of it, but it's what the close quarter stuff is really about, I guess, except for the sniping and shit.
Captain,
you know,
the damn
oh well.
is dead.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll do another one of these or not,
This
but
rail
have a
line
good
will
evening.
take us directly to the Titan Manufactorum.